Once upon a time, there was a woman who lived with her daughter in a small cottage on the edge of a wood. One day, the woman baked 5 mouth-watering pies and put them on the kitchen table to cool while she went outside to do some spinning. Her daughter, who had been working hard chopping wood for the fire, thought that the pies looked so good it would do no harm to sample one. Delicious. A little later she passed by with a heavy load of washing. One more pie wouldn't be missed. By and by, the same fate befell the 3rd pie. Now there were only 2 pies left. They were so delicious that she could not resist just one more. A single pie remained. Should she take it? Surely her mother had meant them for her anyway. Yes, go on, enjoy it. By now, her mother was becoming rather hungry. "Daughter," she called. She asked the girl to fetch her one of the pies she had left to cool. "A pie?" Sheepishly, the girl confessed that as they were so delicious, she'd eaten every single one. Her mother was so angry that she told the girl to get out of her sight and cursed, "My daughter ate 5 pies today." It so happened that a young king was riding by and heard the woman cursing. Embarrassed, she made out she was boasting that her daughter had spun 5 bales of flax that day. The king was amazed, and when he caught sight of the girl's beauty, declared that he would marry her if she could spin 5 bales a day for 5 days. But if she failed, he would lock her away for deceiving him. The girl protested, but the king insisted he take her at once to his castle, where her skills would be put to the test. Later that day, the girl sat alone in a castle room. She started spinning, but realizing her task was impossible, began to weep. "Why are you crying?" The girl told the strange little man she had to spin 5 bales of cloth a day for 5 days. An impossible task. "But who are you?" The little man said he would strike a bargain. He'd spin her cloth every day, and when he returned with the 5 bales, she could have 3 guesses at his name. If she hadn't guessed it by the 5th night, he would claim her as his own. The girl agreed, as long as he returned by 5 o'clock each evening before the king came to inspect her work. "I'll be there," he cackled, and disappeared into thin air. The day wore on, and soon it was approaching 5 o'clock. The girl was becoming anxious. Soon the king would be arriving to inspect the first batch of cloth. Oh, where was the little man? "Here are the 5 bales." The little man demanded her first 3 guesses. "William?" "No." "Robin?" "No." "John?" "No." She had 12 guesses left. The little man promised to be back the next day. He vanished just as the king entered the room. He was at once impressed, and the girl was greatly relieved. The next evening, the little man reappeared with more bales. What were her guesses today? Was it Jim? No. Was it Charles? No. Was it Daniel? No. I'll be back tomorrow. And there were 9 guesses left. The third night was the same. The little man dropped the bales and demanded she guess his name. Christopher. Wrong. Gordon. Wrong. George. Wrong. There were 6 guesses left. On the 4th night, after the girl had guessed the little man's name wrong again, the king arrived as usual to inspect her work. He was delighted with her progress and called to his servant to bring in food, as he wished to dine with the girl that night. He was beginning to fall in love and wanted to spend some more time with her. He began by telling her of a strange sight he'd witnessed while out hunting earlier that day. He was riding along in the forest when he noticed a strange little man, dressed from head to toe in red, spinning furiously and singing a strange song. They know me nay, they know me not, because my name is... Oh, what was it now? Tom Tit-Tot. Tom Tit-Tot. The girl knew at once that this was the name she'd been trying to guess. On the 5th and final evening, the little man appeared, saying she would soon be his, as she had only 3 final guesses. The girl pretended to think hard of a name. Roland. No. Matthew. Wrong! 1 more guess and she was his forever. Tom Tit-Tot. The little man screamed. How could she know? He jumped about with rage and vanished forever. With her task complete, the king now asked her to be his wife. She happily accepted, and soon they were married. And as his queen, she never had to touch a spinning wheel from that day to this.